In 1930, a man checked into a hotel room. Late one evening, a traveler arrived at a quiet hotel in a small town. He looked completely normal, calm, polite, and carrying only a small suitcase. The hotel receptionist asked his name, but the man hesitated for a moment before answering. He signed the guest book and requested a single room for the night. The receptionist handed him the key to room 214. It seemed like an ordinary check-in. But what happened next would turn this hotel into a mystery forever. Later that night, guests in nearby rooms reported hearing strange sounds. Some said they heard footsteps walking back and forth inside room 214. Others claimed they heard furniture moving across the floor. But the strange part was this. No one ever saw the man leave the room. The hallway remained silent, the door never opened, and no one entered the room after he went inside. The next morning, housekeeping knocked on the door. No response. They knocked again. Still nothing. Hours passed and the room remained completely silent. Finally, the hotel manager unlocked the door. What they discovered shocked everyone. The room was empty. The suitcase was still there. The bed looked untouched. And the door had been locked from the inside. There was no balcony. The windows were sealed shut. It was impossible. Yet the man was gone. Police immediately began an investigation. They searched every corner of the room. They checked the walls, the ceiling, even the floor. But they found nothing. No secret passage, no escape route. The name in the guest book was fake, and even more disturbing. No one ever reported him missing. The man had no identity, no history. He simply disappeared. So, what really happened inside room 214? Did the man escape in a way no one could see? Was it all carefully planned? Or something far more mysterious? Even after all these years, this case remains completely unsolved, and the truth may never be discovered.
Days after the incident, investigators began reviewing old hotel records. At first, everything seemed normal, but then they found something strange. Room 214 had a history. Several years earlier, another guest had stayed in the exact same room, and just like before, that guest had also disappeared. No explanation, no trace. The case was quickly forgotten, until now. Police decided to re-examine the room more carefully. This time, they noticed something unusual. One of the walls sounded hollow. After removing part of the wall, they discovered a narrow hidden space inside. It wasn't large enough for a person to walk through, but it raised a terrifying question. Had someone been watching the guests from inside the walls? Investigators searched deeper into the hidden space. They found old wires, dust-covered objects, and something even more disturbing. Scratches on the inside walls. Long, uneven marks, as if someone had been trapped, trying to get out. But there was no sign of who it was. No bones, no belongings, just silence. As the investigation continued, the hotel staff began to reveal strange stories. Some employees claimed that room 214 was always different. Guests often complained about strange noises, sudden cold air, the feeling of being watched. One former worker even said, "No one ever stays in that room twice."
Eventually, the hotel shut down room 214 forever. The door was locked and never opened again. But the question still remains. What really happened inside that room? And more importantly, was the man ever truly alone? For years, room 214 remained sealed. No guests, no staff. But decades later, someone finally opened the door again. And what they found inside changed everything. Nearly 40 years after the incident, the abandoned hotel was scheduled for demolition. Before tearing it down, a small investigation team was sent inside to document the building. When they reached the second floor, they stopped. At the end of the hallway stood room 214, still locked, still untouched. The team slowly opened the door. Dust filled the air. Everything looked frozen in time. The bed, the suitcase, still there. But something was different. On the wall, there were marks that hadn't been there before. Strange symbols carved deep into the surface.
One of the investigators stepped closer to examine the markings. That's when he noticed something chilling. The symbols weren't random. They formed words. A message. Repeated again and again across the wall. He is still here. Suddenly, a loud noise echoed from inside the walls, just like the reports from years ago. Footsteps. The team panicked. They searched the room again, but found nothing. No one was there. But the sounds didn't stop. One of the team members refused to stay any longer. They left the room and sealed it again. The demolition was canceled. No official explanation was ever given. Today, the hotel still stands, abandoned, forgotten, but room 214 remains locked. Some believe it was all just coincidence. Others believe something was always inside that room, watching, waiting, and maybe it never let him leave.